Limped, we're just gonna check this back. This guy marked already. Great, 2 recreationals on the table. That's perfect. And let's get back into it. Hopefully we can continue the streak. Just gonna check it over here. On table 3 we also have a playable hand. ISOing what looks like a recreational, just on 10 NL, because didn't get a seat yet on a 25 NL table, but we'll take whatever we get for now. Flop open-ended, could be worse. Just gonna start with a small c-bet, could check back to, could bet larger, size it a little bit, just because we have quite a good draw. Take it down, awesome. And hopefully get another W, bankroll. We started with 500 bucks, we are now at 666 bucks, so doing quite well with a little downswing in our second session, but since then only victories. Obviously not something realistic to keep up for the entirety of the challenge, but we'll definitely try our best to keep it that way. Get a flat call from the small blind, having 2 pair. Just gonna start with a large c-bet. Nico in the chat, let's go, good luck, thank you man. Hello guys, I have a quick announcement for you. It's time for another group coaching, the upgraded version of the beloved single race pot specialist. The first 4 lessons now come with sharper strategies and a clearer framework, so you'll always know how to approach each spot with confidence. And as by request, we've swapped out the final lesson to cover the most common riverline probing after calling a flop c-bet. If you're still unsure how to play solid, theory-based poker or how to exploit your opponents in the most common spot in poker, this group coaching is for you. There's simply no easier or more affordable way to seriously level up your game. Check out the announcement in the Discord or DM me if you have any questions. Hope to see you there. Now let's get back to the video. I would defend really wide here, only having to put in 1 extra big blind. The other guy very likely to overcall. There's an ante out there, but Jack 4 is just going to be a little bit too weak. In the meantime, on table 4 we get pocket queens, and we have the opportunity to squeeze, which is perfect. So let's do that. We get 1 fold, hoping to get a call from this guy, but assuming we also just get a call, sorry, a fold once he flats the small blind. In the meantime, we play the ace-10 suited on table 4, or ace-10 off, sorry. But against the 3-bet, we just have to fold. Pocket aces in the big blind going for a 3-bet, hoping for a call, or even better, a 4-bet, to get the challenge going. In the tank, looks like a 4, looks like a 4-bet. We could slow play here sometimes, but I think people, when they're 4-betting in these positions, aren't usually going to bluff enough, even though he took a while to go for the 4-bet. But I'm just going to jam this and hope people aren't really 4-bet bluffing 10 NL yet, which this guy wasn't. He has kings. Let's hope we can hold for the good one in the challenge, and we can do, and we do, which is amazing. Little double up there right away. Only a 10 NL though, so it won't help as much, but I won't complain. I won't complain for sure. Always a good start. And we have a playable hand on table 2, this time on 25 NL. We have a potential recreational in the small blind, and the button could be one as well, I'm not too sure. I have him labeled as a fish, but not quite sure. And we get an interesting board. Definitely good board for us, but he can have ace queen, ace 8, pocket 8s. So gonna keep it simple and just start off with a check here. Also makes a lot of sense with our specific hand. And against a large bet, this is actually really close already. We're only beating bluffs. He's not doing this with worse value. Is he going just to blast off there? There's a chance he's a recreational, and we have an okay calling candidate, so I'm still gonna call 1, but I'm by no means happy about this. And facing a double barrel on a turn, I would definitely just fold. We're just gonna have way better hands. Any pair with flush draws are gonna do so much better there. I'm really happy to see the check back. And still going to just check. I think most ace-x might have just double barreled, but he can definitely check back like a weak ace-5 of hearts and something, and now kind of take this line. Against a normal bet, I would have considered calling. It's an overbet. I think I'm folding. So yeah, just gonna let this one go. Table 5, see with the flop, still going for double barrel, but Not loving this when the queen pairs on the turn. Just have good blockers to the best queen x hands, and we might put some pressure on weaker top pairs, but this is not a great spot when the queen pairs. He's in the tank though. Could be thinking about raising with a queen, but normally I would assume it's not that likely that he has a queen after tanking for so long. And we get a fold, which is great. And we also got another 3-bet with the aces, which is very nice. I don't want to go all in yet, just want to make it like 21 big blinds. Seems good. Again, hoping to get some action. But we just get a fold, which is fine. Obviously can't expect to always get it all in with aces. 3-betting ace king against the short stack. If he jams, we're obviously calling it off. But we just get the fold. Table 1, we're c-betting. And we get a call. We pick up a gut shot to the bottom end of the straight. There's 2 flush draws out there. If I bet this turn, I always have to bet the river. Do I want to triple this? More likely than not, I don't think so. So I'm just gonna check this and bluff if I get checked to again. Would rather bluff a hand like queen 10, king 10, and overbet a very, very easy fold. Table 2, we isolate the recreational, get a decent board, can just start with a small bet, get some fold equity now. We have a lot of nice turns that we can pick up equity on. The 3 isn't really one of them. I would barrel mainly having some sort of equity, like any king jack, king 9, ace king, even I think is gonna make for better barrels. So just gonna check this back. We're even ahead of some draws, and on rivers like this one we can still go for a bluff. And once he goes really, really small here in the river, I'm actually going to bluff raise this. Trying to get him off at 10 basically. I can have ace king, I can have jacks here, I can have jack 10. Obviously I would also raise a queen if I did check back a weak queen. But unfortunately this time we do get called, and if he has a queen, quite hard to get that to fold. Table 3, we defended blindly, we went for a small c-bet and we turned the set, which is great. But the general idea here is when fish probe really small, they are very often quite weak, so you want to be somewhat aggressive. Turn, just gonna go a large sizing without going too huge. He could still have 10-8, he could still have, I guess he doesn't have, or he could have 8-5 suited, I guess. Just hoping he does have a 9 or 6 with a redraw. Maybe he turns spades. Found one more table on 25 NL, which I will flick in a second. We just get the fold there. So table 4 now, we have another 25 NL table. Which is this one. Perfect. Let's zoom out. See if we get some more hands going. Yeah, so basically for everybody that just tuned in, we're doing a bankroll challenge trying to get from 500 to 5k. Currently playing 25 NL with a bankroll of 670 bucks or something. And yeah, I'll try to explain my thought process as well as I can. We get a small tribute from a recreational, really good price with a decent hand. So just gonna call this. Good board for our range, but we don't really have anything. So just going to check fold here. Yeah, I definitely check folding as a pot size bet. Playing some 10 NL until we find enough 25 NL tables. Opening up the pocket sevens on table 4. And taking it down. Five four suited, we will be VPing if it folds to us. Against an open raise, we could consider 3-betting occasionally, but I will just be folding. Gonna open raise the king jack though. On table number 3. This is still on 10 and L. Taking it down. Alright. Let's see if we can get some more playable hands. If you guys have any questions poker related about the challenge, questions, obviously feel free to drop them in the chat. Now with the king 8 offsuit, definitely going to 3-bet though. Hoping to just take it down pre-flop and ideally not see a 4-bet. Yep, need to just take that. And we get ace jack offsuit, also a hand that we will be playing. And we take that down as well. Table 1, we have a playable hand, open raise, take it down as well. Right, seems like we're in some nitty games today. It's going to be 25 NL. Where this one, we're gonna define it. And we flopped up here. Let's play that. Good luck, good luck. Down for me too. Snipes says that. Alright. I'm back now, so I'll try one last time. If it works. I guess all of these other people are also sitting down, but maybe they're coming back. See small c-bet into small c-bet, which is quite surprising, but good for me because you get a better price in just calling. And curious to see what he does now. Peter's also in the chat. Good to see you, Peter. CoinPoker just crashed and just managed to reconnect. Hopefully we can stay live. And against 3 small bets, we're chopping against every other ace high hand. If he's bluffing with easy call, maybe he is trapping and has a better hand, but same hand. Alright. Table 4, which is not this one. This one we just 3-bet and took it down. And we're opening the ace queen now. We're heads up on a lot of these tables because everybody's sitting out, which is not surprisingly, after it just went down for everybody. And don't really want to play heads up if I can avoid it, to be honest. But table 2, we go for the 4-bet blind, the blind heads up. And we face all in. Unfortunately, we have to fold. And then here we face a donk, check on the turn, donk again. Just gonna call this down, even though it's 4 to a straight. Could be a lot of random hands, but he did river the straight. That's unfortunate. Back to table 3, which is this one. We 3-bet again. Take it down this time. And table 2, we are isolating. Give me just a second to set up everything. Isolate, we get a call. Gonna start off with a check and just fold without having anything really. And that's what we do. Table 1 is this one. We open raise blind, we blind, when check on the flop. Going to bet now after having improved to top pair. And we take it down as well there. Yeah, it sucks, and it seems like also most people aren't reconnecting, which is unfortunate. So if nobody reconnects, there's gonna be no tables. I'm trying though, trying to get them some more tables. Some tables are filling up. Again, against recreational, just starting off with a small c-bet here. Not really picking up any equity in return. Going to just check it back then. Potentially bluff the river. Here we even have some showdown value against queen queen, queen 10, 10 8. He goes betting half pot. Tempted to call this, to be honest. Tempted to call this. Against the half pot bet. The jack might go small. This could be a 9x, but I'm gonna actually make the call. It's a bit annoying if you lose to a bluff. It's also possible to raise, but I think we are still ahead of enough hands there. See, 7-8. Just goes for a small bet. Interesting. Expect that hand to size up. So let me get table 4 in there, which is this one. Perfect. Now we have 4 tables, and I'm trying to get on the waiting list for all the other tables. A playable hand on table 4. Take it down on table 3. We open raise, got a flat call from the recreation. We're gonna again go for the small c-bet. We're trying to yeah, you should definitely follow, so we can try out a new channel comment. Very smart marketing, Pete, there, I like it. Going for the overbet now, with the heart in our hand, good improvability. Table, we take it down, which is great. Table 4, I'm going for the 3-bet, big blind against button, we take it down as well. Table 1, I went for a c-bet, check, check, flop, turn, he check, sorry, river, he checks again. Trying to sneak out value against this 7 by going extra small. I think on the king, card that he might think I'm gonna try to bluff a lot. Might get a little sticky there. With a 7, ace 7, 7 6, 8 7. And yeah, we do get some value there, which is great. So unfortunately we only have those 4 tables. I was so sure that that was going to work. Yeah, we'll see. Table 2, we see a lead, really small lead, and we have an overcard, the best ace-sider we can have. We're definitely not folding yet. And we turn a queen, which is something. Flush kick comes in as well though, so gonna just check back. If he is bluffing, I kind of want to give him one more opportunity to do so. This is scary on the 4-2 a flush run out, but unless he goes super large, I am still going to call this. And I'm gonna do that here. There's still a lot of 8x, 5x that now decide to bluff, and yeah, he has 8-3 with the heart. It's a bit unfortunate, but I think he still wanna call against fish randomly donking out. He could have any 2 cards really. Play 70% VPIP. Don't think we can get away from this hand. And hopefully we get a chance to get some of the money back against this guy. Gonna isolate now. Pretty safe looking flop. Well, there's another 25 on that table. Give me a second while I join that. He leads out again. This time without anything. I think I'm just going to fold this. 3-bet the ace king on table 4 and flop top pair on a pretty good board for us. Gonna go for a small c-bet. Get a very quick call. On the jack, he can have some jack 10, queen jack. Makes it less likely he has ace jack. Or, you know, pocket jacks. Gonna just check it now, hoping to see a check behind. He called the flop relatively quickly, which is somewhat scary. Now queen gets there in the river. It's definitely not the best run out. Value betting. I guess we would get called by weaker a6 hands. Oh, I ran out of time. I wanted to block bet this. I think that would have been actually a better play to get some value from the very weakest. Weaker ace high hands. But we got some more 25 in election, which is good. And then we just swap those around and get the 10 NL tables off stream. While let's go to table 3 where you go for the late c-bet. After he goes check check on the flop, it's a bit of a wider open raise, but I think it's fine. And on the outer table, table 5 that is, which is this one, perfect. Gonna go for the cold 4-bet here. And then call it off if he jams. This guy is quite short, so I think it's fine to just play for stacks there. But the first guy also calls, both players call, which is really, really weird, and we don't flop anything, which is quite unfortunate. Curious to see what's going to happen now. We obviously have still an overcard and a gut shot, and against this guy with 20 big blinds for half pot, we would just sack off, but we have this other guy still to worry about. So it's tanks for quite a while. I think I'm still going for a small c-bet, obviously calling it off against the short stack guy. And then, you know, applying a decent amount of pressure against the other guys. We get a call though from the button, I guess that is, which now makes things even more interesting. King comes on a turn, it's not a diamond. Sorry, we don't have a diamond in our hand. We could put some pressure on Jack X, but I think the play is just to check fold this and potentially bluff if he goes check check. It does go check check. Does he check back a king? Hopefully not, because we are about to find out. Because I'm going to bluff this all in. We block king queen, block ace king, and he didn't check back a king. So we pick up this one, which is great. Down here on table 3, we're playing just heads up. Going to 3-bet the aces. Hopefully get some action. We do get a call, which is nice, and it's not the best, it's not the worst flop. Gonna start with a small 3-bet here out of position. Sorry, small c-bet. Obviously you have to read out the ace, which is great. And we get a quick call. I think I'm just going to double bear this. I think blindy blind here I can just play for stacks. With my aces. Sure, we can lose against some 2 pairs, some flushes, but on a brick run out, Jack 10 now gets there. This is a little bit gross, but I think I'm just going, I think heads up I'm going to still just jam this. Getting called by ace, king, king, jack, king 10. Obviously some hands that we lose to. We don't see a snap call. I think 2 pairs should probably call by now. Hoping we to get a call by king jack, king 10, putting us on ace jack, ace 10, ace x with a spade. Hands like that. But it's quite a thin value jam there in the river. It's under pot size though, which is great. In the meantime, while we sweat this one out, unfortunately we don't get the call. I'm gonna try to get on the other 25 NL tables. And in the meantime, we just have 2 heads-up tables against this guy. Just maybe not the most interesting one, but what can we do? There's no other tables at the moment. Three betting on table 1. Getting a call. Also table 3. We see bet. We face a check raise. We're gonna call. But let's go back to table 1 where we see bet small after we 3-bet. Sorry, why is table 1 not working? There we go. Through a pot we c-bet. I will 3-bet and c-bet. We got a call. We're just gonna check now. This guy's really fighting for pots. Gonna check it now on the turn. And table 4 we saw a check raise a small barrel. Going to sorry, table 3. We c-bet check raise small barrel. Just going to check this back now, hoping to win against the king 3, which is great. And on table 1 we unfortunately have to fold after we 3-bet c-bet and now face a big bet. We're just blocking his bluffs and not really beating enough there. A lot of heads-up tables going on. Flopping top pair here, which is great. Going to call versus a small c-bet. Would raise my strong queen x hands, but not the very weak ones. But definitely not folding. Just gonna zoom out because we have so much action going on at the same time everywhere. And we face an overbet, which is good sizing, but we have a pair with a redraw to the nuts, so we're definitely not going anywhere. We're gonna call this one. And on the river, if we face another bet on table 3, I probably just fold. Don't think he's going to triple barrel enough. 7-8 now got there as well. 9-8 got there. We see a very quick, we see another very quick bet. After the overbet size down to 75%, this kind of just looks like king queen, queen jack, ace queen. So we're gonna make a fold there. And I think I'm gonna leave the heads up table just because it's too many tables to keep track of. Not really a heads up players by any means. We're also not flopping anything, which definitely doesn't help. Just going to check back. At least here on table 4, I think this one I'm gonna keep just because it's likely to be a recreational. Call the min bet and king high, king queen high, hopefully it's gonna be good there. We chop against the other king queen, interesting. Going to ISO large here. And decent flop for us. Starting with a small c-bet. And this is a pretty nice turn. I'm going to use a trick here of just checking it over to him. If he has 2 pairs himself, I think it's very likely he's going to bet them, and also give him a chance to spaz off very random hands this guy plays. Very high VPIP, a lot of betting, lots of calling. So yeah, definitely want to give an opportunity. He's tanking there, which I guess means he has a decision. Hopefully he doesn't time out when we have the nuts. Pretty much. Well, actually the nuts. He goes for a very, very small bet after tanking so long. Good raise, you could just call. Hey, I would have hoped for a bigger bet. Going for a small raise here. Yeah. Both options are fine. Queen now makes a straight. He did call relatively quickly. I think I'm just going to jam this. If he has a queen, I don't think he's folding. We blocked the queen, which isn't the greatest. But if he has two pairs, he might also call himself into a call, although it's quite hard for me to be bluffing there, but just don't really see him bluffing if I check there. So just going for the all-in, hoping he rivered the queen, hoping he has a lower flush. Maybe as a set, although those might have fast played on the turn. But it's just the only way. We could have went for a smaller bet. It's not the worst option either, but just trying to get the max there. Alright, we have a couple of tables. Let me sit out one of those two heads-up tables though. I think it's just a little bit too much playing two heads-up tables while streaming. And switch it with like table 1. We have now a better 25NL table. A full ring 25NL table. Just this one. Perfect. But no action so far. Trying to bluff here and check down pot. Fortunately, opponent rivered something better, so we have to fold. Yeah, sorry guys for this one, but at least we're back now. Let me know how you would have played the hand with the king queen against the recreational. But we have another hand playing against the same guy. Going for the 3-bet now. Table 6, one of the outer tables. Just until we finish the heads up there. I was about to sit out next big blind, but somebody joined, so... Sorry, which table is this one? It's... 1 second. This one. There we go. We see a check raise and then a small bet, which doesn't make too much sense. Just gonna raise it up there. Having two pairs, I'm blocking the ace-high hands. Trying to play for stacks with my two pairs now. Could have like a super nuts going tricky, check raising then small, but seems to me to be weak rather than strong. And if he has a flush draw, some ace-x going for thin value. I wanna get some value from those. Just take it down. Table 4. Going to squeeze large. We get one call. And we get a rejam. It's really unfortunate. I think this guy's full of shit very often, but king jack just too weak to do anything. And at least we have 6 tables going on now. 5 25NL and then 1 10NL table, which is great. And let's try to make those last 10-15 minutes productive. Probably pretty break-even session so far. We bluffed it off a few times in an unfortunate situation. Table 3, we get a defend from the recreational, who seems to be a recreational. Going for a small c-bet with our top pair. Taking it down. And nothing else at the moment. Pocket 6 is on table 3 with 2 recreationals now. This seems great. He was posting and then open raising, so I'm gonna 3-bet a little bit wider. I think 6s is still a fine hand anyway, even against a normal cutoff open raise. But unfortunately we get the 4-bet. He just sat down though. It's really tempting to jam this. He sat down, open raised, went for the 3-bet really large. Could just be spewing it off. It's the first hand that he's playing, so I was like, does he really just get aces, kings, queens first hand? But he also 4-bet really quickly, so I'm gonna let this one go, but curious what you guys think. Should you just run it there against a guy like that? Bit suspicious he didn't have a strong hand there, but quite expensive mistake in case we are wrong there about our read. This time we flop top pair, going for a small c-bet, get a call very quickly, expecting to be mainly ahead. I think 4x very often considers raising, so going for double barrel there against all the weaker 7x hands. He leads out for one big blind. Quite weak, but we have a really strong but vulnerable hand, so we're gonna raise this up. 6-5, 8-6, those type of hands are still gonna call 1. Comes with a min re-raise over the top. Now this guy could either just, you know, run very well and have the nuts, or just be absolutely clicking buttons. I'm not 100% sure because this line is normally quite strong, but with the 4 coming in on the river, if he has quads, he will just get my money, and I'm definitely also going to value bet here in case he does have a random 6. Could he have 8s? Yes, he could have. So I guess we'd rather go for a smaller bet, trying to get called by a 6. If he jams, I'm not folding. Again, this guy might be clicking buttons, which he does. So maybe we should have just jammed the 6s earlier there. Seems like he was just clicking buttons. And seems like we found another great recreational again. This table looks great, like 1, 2, 3 recreationals that we have there. Let's see if we can get something going against them. Loads of recreationals like always on coin, which is great. Defending on table 6, because this is a multi-way spot and we only had to put in one more big blind. Fortunately we bricked it. And then, yeah, we're not gonna do anything here. Recreational players, so many recreational players today on a, what is this, Tuesday afternoon? Really surprising to see so many recreationals. This guy here, big recreational, 2 more recreationals here with the short stack playing from the phone. Really nice. Let's just see if we can get something going against them. But yeah, CoinPoker seems to be back and running. That's the most important part. Now we just need to get some hands. Table 4. This guy betting 3 streets was good with his 2 pair. Table 1 with a playable hand, definitely going to 3-bet here against the recreational. Making it 10 big blind is not that deep, so it should be more than enough. We get a quick call and very good flop, but quite dynamic. So yeah, going for the small c-bet, we get a call, which is great. Turn super wet now, so we could just jam this, and tempting to just do this. If I had ace king, I'd definitely just jam this. If ace queen, might consider playing it a little slower, but to be honest, on a board like this, I think I'm just gonna go with this. And we get the very quick call, which is ace 9, just a cooler. But yeah, obviously happy to get the money in there. Table 4 is just absolutely crazy. This guy open raise I3, but this guy called 4 bets, he jams over the top. See if they actually have good hands or just are going crazy. Pocket 4s and aces. So this guy definitely big recreational. 5 bet shove, 4-4 versus cold. This is cold 4 bet. And unfortunately he leaves now. But at least we got a nice little 50 big blind pot there with the ace queen. Obviously cooler, but we definitely take it. I'm gonna switch table 4 now with the last 25 NL table that we have. Which is this one. Perfect. So now we have 4 25 NL tables and 2 10 NL tables off stream. As I said, I don't have too much time, so just gonna play 1 or 2 more orbits before I have to leave. Table 4 with ace king. Hopefully something good is gonna happen there. Limp, that's always a great start. Gonna isolate that. Nice and large. And 2 overs and a gut shot, decent start. Gonna start with a smallish bet. Take it down. Alright. Could be worse. Table 2 we have a playable hand, but that's not table 2. 1 second, it's should be not this one. Not this one. 1 second, guys. Why is it not showing up this table? Yeah, there we go. But we get an open raise anyway. Back to table 4 where we 3-bet and we're going for a small c-bet. Pocket 9s. King on the turn. Actually a good card, makes it less likely opponent has a king. But we're still going to check back. This guy also playing quite active, but not too crazy. The 5 completes on 5, 6, 6, 5. So I'd expect those hands to check. He goes for block bet. Good sizing. I think we still have to call. We're losing a decent amount here against queens, jacks, 10s, but some random ace queen that kind of floats. I would expect king x to go larger as well, so I think we just have to flick in the call. We don't really block any bluffs. This time we went small and flopped too many hands that he could randomly float. He against a new recreational that just joined, going for a small c-bet blindy blind with my top pair. Turning quite good. Still could just bet here, could check jam the turn. I think both options are fine. I think blocking the kind of hands I want to get calls from. I'm just gonna continue betting here. And versus the race, obviously jamming. We lose to 7-8. We lose to pocket 6s. But obviously we're ahead of so many hands. Want to get it in against draws. Don't expect many folds after he raises. Literally within 2 seconds. But happy to run it here. And we're up against a6. And stack him right away. This is awesome. Not sure what he was doing there, but we take it. Sorry, table 3. We open raise. Go for a small c-bet. And basic check raise, which we unfortunately have to fold against. Not expecting many check raises here, which is why I went for the c-bet. Otherwise you could also consider just checking it back. Table 6, which is not this one again. It is this one here. We open raise. This guy was posting the blinds, so another recreational. But yeah, gonna make these the last hands, then sitting out. Going for a small c-bet. I don't really have any equity, but it's quite a good looking board for our range. We might get some free folds on the flop right away. We have some turns where we pick up equity. This one is not one of them, so we're just going to check now. But yeah, as I said, I have to leave soon. Now the 9 coming in on the river might actually give me some showdown value. And in the meantime, we also have another hand against our friend from earlier. Guy that just got it in really lightly, so definitely just going to sieve it again there. Queen in the turn, not too worried. I think this time I'm gonna give him a chance to randomly bluff, so I'm gonna check my ace-10 there. If he checks back, very likely he sits on a 7 or a 6, and then we can comfortably value bet the river, even for a large sizing here. But yeah, sitting already out on the other tables. Let's just go for the big bet there against weaker 10x, 7x. Expecting to be good there. He actually checks back a queen, surprising. But hey, if we check, he bets. We're always calling anyway, so it doesn't really change too much. And we have a few more hands before we're gonna wrap this up. As I said, unfortunately, just a short stream today, but gonna try to do another stream maybe this week. Really don't know if we're up or down. Probably break even-ish, maybe slightly down. Bit unfortunate the stream crashed, but loads of recreational, so yeah, I don't know if you guys can see this, but pretty much on all the tables we have a lot of weak guys. Gonna pull up hand to note in the meantime. And I think I just made a mistake. I think I loaded up the wrong hand to note, so this won't show in the overall graph, but yeah, graph for today, we're actually still slightly up, which is great. Let me see if we have one more hand going, otherwise I'm gonna show that here. Let me update this. Yeah, we're sitting out on this table. Just closing the tables. We are up 11 bucks with rake back, like 12, 13 bucks, so still up half a buy-in, which definitely a decent outcome. Sitting out these other tables there. So yeah, a bit of a shorter stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. I'm gonna post the results as always in the chat, and then yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, and see you next time. Bye bye.